Hey everybody, Kaiser Rebel here. Welcome to episode 2 of my new series. We have switched from talking about cryptid encounters in the South Mountains area of North Carolina, the Appalachian foothills. And for tonight and the next few weeks or so, we're going to be talking about encounters down in the coastal Carolina area of both North and South Carolina. Now, I have been fortunate and blessed to be able to interview a number of witnesses who have had cryptid encounters with the unknown that lasted an extensive period of time, more than just a few minutes, in some cases hours and hours. And I've had the opportunity to interview a number of people who have had several encounters over the course of their lifetime. But the truth is, the vast majority of all encounters with cryptids and the unknown are brief, quick things that happen before the witness even has a chance to process what has gone on. Now, within the vast framework of what most sightings and encounters are, there is a subtype of these quick and brief encounters that intrigues me the most for several reasons. And that is the sudden, totally unexpected roadside sightings. It intrigues me for a number of reasons, but a big part of it is that an elderly couple came to me in 2021 and wanted to tell me what had happened to them the night before as they were driving on a dark, desolate rural road only about 10 minutes from my house. Up ahead, they saw silhouette of something. They assumed it was a person. As they got closer, it became apparent that it wasn't a person. It was a large, hair-covered creature, massive. As they got very close to the creature, it turned and looked at them. And as it did, the headlights illuminated the creature's face and its eyes shone red. And this very deeply impacted this elderly couple. And you're talking about an encounter that was maybe 5 seconds long, maybe at the most 10 seconds long. And yet it will be burned into their minds the rest of their lives. And this type of sighting intrigues me also because I have talked to other witnesses, and I had such an encounter in August of 2017 on a dark night, on a dark road. And that was the incident that propelled me on the path that I've been on ever since. And that is the path to understand, the path to find answers. All right, I'm going to take you back to May of 1977 in Carteret County, North Carolina, in a sighting that was first recorded by BFRO. I'm very thankful for their work and very thankful for their efforts to catalog these sightings. But there were 3 off-duty Marines, all military police officers, and they were on a back road known as Forest Road 144, a very desolate stretch of road, especially back in 1977. And I might add that they were in the Croatan National Forest, which covers more than 159,000 acres of wilderness and is bordered on 3 sides by bodies of water. As these 3 Marines drove along that road, and I'm sure they were carefree and happy, no telling what they were talking about being young service members, they came to a bend in the road. And there, about 75 yards away, stood a large, dark, strange-looking figure. This large, strange, dark figure was walking upright toward them. The closer they got, the more they understood what they were seeing. 6 to 7 feet tall, very bulky, covered in hair, dark hair. This creature walked for about 3 seconds and then turned and disappeared into the woods. Now, this is a story that's been told many times over in many places, not just in the United States, but throughout the world. So if you're on a desolate stretch of road out in the wilderness somewhere, day or night, You pay attention to the sides of those roads because you never know when something's going to step out of those woods and into your memory forever. Next, we're going to go to October of 1983 in Onslow County, North Carolina, right here on the map. And in the first episode, we spoke of an incident that happened there in Onslow County. But at about 1 a.m., a young Marine and his wife were traveling on U.S. Highway 17 near the town of Holly Ridge, North Carolina, in this sighting that was first cataloged by BFRO. And as he drove, he noticed a large figure in the road. It was standing on 2 feet, but his mind immediately went to, oh, this must be a bear. So we slowed the vehicle down to about 10 miles an hour. As he did so, it became apparent that this figure he was seeing was not a bear or a person. And there, before the very eyes of this Marine, walked a massive 7 to 8 foot tall creature, almost completely covered in a long, light brown hair. And this thing was so massive that he estimated that it had to weigh at least 600 pounds. He got a good look at the creature, and he said it had no hair on its face. And oddly enough, he said that it seemed that this creature was completely unconcerned whatsoever about anything going on around it, that it simply continued walking down the road. Now, he passed it and then stopped, dead in the road. And it probably took him that long just to process and come to the conclusion of thinking, what did I just see? Or did I see what I thought I saw? He turned around and he looked out the back window of the car. And by the glow of his taillights, he could see the creature continuing on in the opposite direction. And it just casually strolled out of sight into the darkness, but never walked out of this young Marine's memory. So as you go about your daily lives, keep your eyes and your mind open, because you never know when it's going to be your turn to cross paths with the unknown. So join me next Monday night for part 2 of this episode that I have titled Desolate Roads and Shadows That Walk. I'm also very excited to tell you this. Since I announced the beginning of this new series, I've had a couple of people reach out to me from different parts of coastal Carolina, and they both shared with me some incredible experiences. One of them occurred over a period of a couple days in the Great Dismal Swamp of North Carolina, and the other occurred right back in Onslow County, North Carolina. And I cannot wait to share those with you. So I appreciate all of you. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm back. I'm back in my heels. I'm back in my element. I'm back on schedule. So we will see you all next Monday, if not before then. Thank you so much. God bless.